So what's up? My name's Josh Wolf. I'm a reporter at the Daily Post in Palo Alto, but probably a lot of you may recognize the name or recognize the face from the, 226 days I spent in a federal prison after I filmed a protest in the streets of San Francisco that became the target of a federal investigation. People say that if you see a fire, you're going to run from it, but a reporter, as I discovered myself when I saw a fire in San Francisco and all this smoke blowing out, will generally run towards it and see what there is. And we saw the smoke and we're like, oh, I wonder what that is. And we're about to walk to go get lunch. And I'm like, all right, let's check it out. And so, yeah, a reporter will run to see what's happening. And part of that's that natural curiosity. Part of it's that, excitement about being in some sort of interesting place, some place where there is that risk. I mean, why do people jump out of planes? I've yet to meet anyone that gets paid to jump out of planes. Reporters do hopefully still continue to get paid. We'll see how the future looks on that. But that there is one thing. There is no reporter that puts themselves in harm's way for the money. Just have not found that person. I mean, maybe Anderson Cooper's at that level at this point, but most of us we're pretty much scraping by. And the other probably most important reason about why we're doing everything that we do is that the story needs to get told. There's things happening in the world around us, in our governments, in police stations, in other countries like what Laura Ling and Euna were covering, that if they aren't there to capture that story, people may never know it was happening and may not be able to catalyze that change to actually make a difference. I mean, I think that being a responsible citizen is when you see something like the Oscar Grant situation. I think it's your civic duty to grab your camera and record what's happening. And yeah, it does sometimes take a little bit of confidence, bravado, bravery, but anytime we see something happening, I think we have a responsibility to do what we can to make sure that the whole world is watching. But in terms of just going out and getting stories, lose the inhibition. You want to get an interview with someone, call them up and ask them. The worst that can happen is they say no, they don't return your phone call. But oftentimes you'll see that they'll say yes.